So what Laurie does is she writes a meditation that you listen to for 3 weeks. And it's been 3 weeks this Saturday, so I'm recording this on Tuesday post that 3-week Saturday. So Laurie sent this meditation. I was laying just down here on the floor, clicked open the phone, and I just cracked. Like I just cracked wide open, and the emotion when you started through that meditation, like the meditation kind of guides you through. You work with a creator to change all these different things because there's so many things in that meditation that you're covering, not just the net, not just the wool. And so there's heaps of things that you go through, but when you got to the end and you said, now we're going to rewrite your birth story. So welcome to a really, really special episode of Curious Bee. This is really, really special because this lovely lady, Laurie, let's got a nice ring to it, has done a huge amount of healing that I really, really wanted to do, and around my birth. And it kind of really came out of the blue that you were going to be the one that was going to facilitate this for me. And how this all came about is this is the second time I've had Laurie on Curious Bee. The other one was kind of incidental. And I was sharing during that one, I was just on my Reiki and everyone had wool blankets, and oh my God, like it was a nightmare because my nose is running and my ears are itching because I'm allergic to wool. And then Laurie, you said, oh, ha ha ha, my guides know what that is. So to give you a bit of who is this lovely lady in the red jumper? So Laurie does Akashic record readings, looking at your soul's records, and she can explain what all this. And she also does allergy healing, hence the wool allergy and what's transpired for me, and what was given to me from Laurie to facilitate this healing. And I'm going to hand that over to you. But the other really cool thing is, so this is my grandmother knitted this jacket with huge amounts of emotion.
God.
And it's wool, and there's no way I could wear this jacket. I'm gonna cry because it was just like, oh, it would just set me off. Oh, yeah, heaps of emotion. So that's why I'm wearing this jacket. So yeah.
My gosh. And it's funny because when we started, I just came on screen and I saw that, I was like, that I could feel the love and energy coming out of it. I mean, it was so powerful, and it's like her arms are wrapped around you.
Yeah, like the hand, it's all
Mhm.
hand knitted, it's so like this bit stitched to this bit, and yeah, it's like an heirloom, it's like
Mhm.
so cute. So not sure how, I guess I can say a little bit more about the experience of so basically, I said to Laurie, oh my gosh, I would love you. So what Laurie does is she writes a meditation that you listen to for 3 weeks. And it's been 3 weeks this Saturday, so I'm recording this on Tuesday post that 3-week Saturday. So Laurie sent this meditation. I was laying just down here on the floor, clicked open the phone, and I just cracked. Like I just cracked wide open, and the emotion, like when you started through that meditation, like the meditation kind of guides you through, like you work with a creator to change all these different things, because there's so many things in that meditation that you're covering, not just the net, not just the wool. And so there's heaps of things that you go through, but when you got to the end and you said, this is rewriting, now we're going to rewrite your birth story, and I'll let you go into the detail of how that works with your records and what the records are. But when you got to that, I was just like, I can't even explain the depth of what happened to my being. And the other really, and then the Saturday was following, must have been Sunday, the day after. I don't know, I was just like, I was crying and 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 crying.
You're
It's
scared.
not a bad, like,
Well,
this
I
is
was
just
gonna say you're
really,
scaring the people away.
I know, but it's just that
No,
relief.
it's tears of release.
Yeah.
You're releasing. Yeah.
So much that I've been searching, like I've been searching my whole life, or especially recently. I'm like, who can help me? I want to rewrite my birth story. So my birth story was, and this is really important. So my birth story was that my mum had like quite an awful Caesar cesarean section with me, and it was done really badly, and she's always suffered with the wound, and there's been a lot of blame. I love my mum, but there was a lot of blame around that she's got discomfort from that. And it was because I had the cord was around my neck, and there was complications, right? And then I had severe allergies to dairy, and then I was just a screaming mess of a baby, and mum didn't cope with me, and I ended up being taken away from my mum for three weeks, or three, and put in darkness to try and stop me from crying. And I just like want to go back and nurture that inner child. And it's been, just kind of really traumatic, really, like, just want to like know how I felt. And so the other really crazy thing was that a week before you gave me the meditation, I was been meeting up with this beautiful group of women, and we've been having this sauna by the sea, and I was standing in the car park, and just some stuff was coming up for me, and I was standing in the car park with this woman, and she does healing. She was like, and she said, like, and I was starting to crack, like this stuff was coming. It was so close to cracking. And she said, and I was like, and she was like triggering me, and she goes, look, we can't do this here, not in the car park, not in the car park. And what's crazy is that I'd organized for the Monday following when that meditation came in, that we were going to do the work. And then your meditation came in, and then I was like, how do I tell her? Because she got kind of lost in it, thinking that I'd gone and been impatient and found someone else to. It was so funny. But that's the whole way, that whole thing, the whole timing was so perfect. It's just like amazing. So I think I was covered everything in that little. So that's my side of the experience, which has been phenomenal. And so I hand it over to you. So in that moment when I said to you, oh, well, and you, the guides know what that is. What did they say to you?
Well, what's interesting is with the energetic allergy healing modality, when I start working with a new client, you have to start with what your higher self or is in your best interest to clear first, because a lot of times there are layers of what could be past lives, what could be current life, childhood, like which layer needs to be moved first so that you can continue on. So what came to me actually wasn't that initially, but I wasn't in your records. I heard my guides, I can have surface information come in. And so there was a past life where there was wool where you were kind of like enslaved and working in that environment, which so that does still need to be released, but maybe it got pulled out with what we did already. I don't know since I'm not in your records. But that was the first thing that they said was she's got this frequency that she's brought with her. But that might have tied into what I discovered when I opened up your records and went in for, which is her priority. What is the priority need? Because yes, and so I start, with a little, grounding technique, I guess, if you will, and then I have these different manuals that they're huge, and I've got lots of them, and they have lots of papers in them of different things that people could have out. So somebody might say they're allergic to carrots, but it might not really be carrots per se. It might be the dirt or something that, that it was grown in or a location. And so that's where just I start with the basics first. And then I go with, it's kind of hard to say, I guess my intuition and my clairs of, okay. And then I start muscle testing down, is it this? Is it this? Is it this? And then I'll get a yes. Okay, great. And so then I'll look a little deeper into that. And so, and then what the clients do, just like you did, is you fill out a health history form. So that gives me something to start with. And then we chat about it, which will give me more information, that wasn't on the paper, which then helps me know where in the book, the first book, to start with. So usually it takes at least 3 meditations for someone to experience like true clearing, but not always. I mean, the fact that you're wearing wool, I will say a lot of times the meditation is 2 weeks, but yours was so deep that it was a 3-week, and it was a little bit longer than others. But that was definitely a 3-week journey of releasing the birth trauma, because that is trauma that your DNA just
Oh.
and had rolling inside of it. Because that being taken away like that and put in the darkness is a lot. And then the fact that you were wrapped in, because I looked up, I was like, hey, is wool something that people use a lot with newborns back when you were born? And you're like, yes, it is. And I looked it up too. I'm like, yes, it is. Okay. So, just the fact that you were wearing wool as a baby, trapped in this darkness away from everything, yes, your body assumed that the wool was what was causing all the anxiety and stress, therefore causing the allergy to it.
Mm.
So then it's a matter of rewriting, you know, how things are for your body to release it.
Yeah,
And
because
so,
I asked mum, I said, so, because I shared it with her, and she was like, yeah, there's like it was a relative that knitted as crocheted wool. And she goes, yeah, my son was wrapped in the same, that's what we do, like in our family, my son was, and I was like going through my photos. And yeah, blow me down. I'm like, there he is, a little dummy on. I'm like, in the same, it's like a crocheted, and I
mhm,
think it's the same one we put on his beard, like it was, and I'm like, oh my goodness, that's the same. Yeah, and my mum in the interim of me searching through the photos was it's in the cat food box, and she was, so yeah, so cool, right? It's like just those little things that she
that
wouldn't
are
have
the
thought
big things.
anything of it.
Yeah.
And then I've got to share with you something else, is that's so, and like you haven't gone into full detail about the past life will thing, but so it's really beautiful. So I've been putting the meditation on and falling asleep to it, and it's so good. I just like I don't hear the end of it, like that last sentence when you're closing the records. I'm just pretty much like, sometimes I don't even hear that, but I'm still listening to it because I'm like, it's so soothing. I'm like, what are we going to listen to now? But watch, this is what I want to share is that, and see, you don't know this has happened, but there I was so I so I've just said that I've done my Reiki. I've got my Reiki Masters. So I've got all these tools in my toolkit. And the other morning, I'm like, right, kind of been feeling like there is something else coming up, and I was just laying there. So I, do my breathwork meditation I do in the morning, in bed, and then I kind of like, just do self Reiki. I do this every day, but I was like, actually, you know, I was feeling like I've been feeling for a while like I really wanted to move something, something up and feel like something's really coming up and really like feeling really tight around my neck. And yeah, and this is very, yeah, and it's kind of like this is quite full on, but but yeah, I was in the poor dog. But when I do self reiki and I'm trying to release stuff, I'm like, like I actually, and my body's like jolting, like just trying to release this stuff. But I definitely had like there was like I really felt what, and I didn't. This is the first time you've shared that with me, but I really did feel like there was like this, like I felt choked, like something like, and I don't have a reference to it. I've never been strangled or anything, but I felt there was some, and I was really wanting to release. I don't know if I've fully released it because I actually, it was intense. It was really intense, like that morning, and I actually had to like, I had to wash the sheets. It was so intense. I washed all the clothes, all my sheets, because it was whatever was like come. It was like the dog, he was shaking. It was intense like that because it was something coming up that really wanted to be released, and it was a bit dark. It wasn't nice. It wasn't nice. Yeah, and it's interesting because a couple of days after I felt like there was a little bit more to come out, and it wasn't clean the entire room bed sheet scenario, But yeah, that did come up. So that's quite interesting.
There is, well, people just don't realize. I didn't realize until a few years ago when I started becoming aware of all the things, uh, you know, how much of this lifetime's issues are frequencies that are pulled from past lives that we carry with us. Like we've made a vow to um, poverty because we made a vow in a church setting or something like that, that maybe they saved our life, or to an individual that maybe, they saved your life and then you indebted your life to them, but didn't, make it a contract, if you will. And so then from lifetime to lifetime, this person is still ruling over you, and you need to cut that contract. It is it is so interesting. Sometimes doing Akashic records, that happens, and then with the Rahani celestial healing, um, just the three different modalities that I do kind of all work together to help people really have a clean slate. And so, because you have done Rahani celestial healing with me as well, in addition to Akasha, so you've done all three. So I was just thinking that, okay, yeah, she has.
That's really cool.
Yeah, it is. It is. And the energetic allergy healing is really neat. That the whole program that Kimberly has put together. She was allergic to everything most of her whole life, and then when her kids started being, she realized they were allergic to a lot of things. She was like, I've got to come up with something, and she got the download for this modality. It's a healing modality. I took a course, and it's been very incredible. So helps a
Yeah,
lot of
because
people.
yeah, it's amazing. So the meditation that you gave me, like as I said, it wasn't just the wall.
No, right.
So that's cleared all those things for me.
I haven't gone back in to see. So that's what I do when I make the next meditation. I see, okay, do we need to carry over any of those? And then what's the next layer? So then, I might grab my next book that has bigger healing frequencies in it. So the first one is a little bit, now yours was a little bit bigger, but you've done a lot of work. Most people haven't done as much. You do the Reiki, so your physical body could handle a bigger release. if you will. And so most people have to start a little smaller. And then the next one, then I have books that have, pages of different healing in just like one sentence, instead of one sentence literally being one sentence. And so that's what I go back in with. It's like, okay, now we've built up to that, and now let's release this. And then the guides will just tell me, which path we need to go, because sometimes you don't even know. And so things I'll pull up, and then when people are doing their meditation, they'll call me or message me and be like, I never thought of that before, and I'm feeling so much lighter now, and so it's
Oh,
pretty
yeah.
incredible. Yeah, it's definitely rewarding
Oh, it's
on both
amazing.
sides,
Yeah, because I definitely feel so much freer, like, before I was addicted to, like, now I'm gonna learn about this, and now I'm gonna learn about this, and now I'm gonna learn about this, and now I'm just, like, searching and searching and searching, and it was obsessive. Yeah, it was really obsessive, and the root of that was that's what I wanted to sort out, and in my it's funny how you my way of trying to heal from that was searching. It was searching. Yeah,
yeah,
it's great. It's so interesting.
it is. People don't know what they're
Amazing.
searching for, because a lot of times people just say, when they don't know what to do, they're going to go back to school. And it's like, okay, well, what is that going to give you? Because, it's like we're always
Mm.
not all, that's a pretty definite thing. Many are, they, they're wanting this one specific end result, but they're not enjoying the journey along the way. And life is about enjoying the journey along the way, being aware of things and listening to your body. I know that that's super helpful. If people will even just do that small thing, if your body has an ache or a pain or something, it's like, okay, what is it trying to tell me? And then take a moment and maybe do a meditation around that and see if you can get any information. That was just a little kind of off
Yeah,
side
yeah.
note kind of thing, but it really is helpful. People could definitely make a big difference in their own lives just by paying attention.
Yeah. No, it's just I was listening to, like, another little, I'm addicted to Zach Bush. I was listening to another, podcast with him yesterday. And yeah, it just comes as full circle, eh? Like, if we can just take that moment of stillness, like, and his latest one is I said to my son the other day, because this is at the moment, Zach's like, go and lay under a bush for a tree for an hour. You don't need you don't need any plant medicine. You don't need any, just go
Mhm.
and lay under a tree for an hour, and just it'll give you everything. If you wanna have the experience, like, that's all you need to do, because it's gonna hold you, it's gonna ground you, you're looking at the sky, it's everything. So, yeah, I said it to my son the other day, and he's like,
Mom has gone.
"Gosh, it's so funny." But I'm gonna do it. I'll let you know how
For
it goes.
sure. The trees have a
Excited.
lot to share with us. They really do.
Well, they've got the whole mycelium network. They connect to all, I mean, from the permaculture background of mine, I'm like, I was putting mycelium, I got it in a big tub and I put it around all the different trees when I planted them so that they would, that would enhance that would then go into the, and then it spreads out to build that network and strength of that tree's roots. So yeah, trees are amazing because they're so solid. And another thing I shared with you, that whole, my need to be, I feel like I just want to be supported. Yes, I'm like, just I actually did that yesterday when I went for a walk, and just the actual ability to a tree, to be able to lean up against a tree and feel you don't need a human to do that, like, to support you, then that's actually another great way of feeling that level of being held and being supported and being grounded. It's kind of cool. So
I remember you used to laugh when you hear, "Oh, they're a tree hugger," but, like, yes, we want to save trees, but also hug the tree. They will hug you back and give you some information, and just they're like little portals to information. You know, they've been around a lot longer than us. They've seen a lot more.
Yeah, exactly. Cool, eh?
Yeah.
So, yeah, so thank you so much, like, this is, yeah, really special, like, yeah, so special, and so much of gosh, as I said, I've released so much around it, and yeah, huge gratitude.
Well, I'm excited to see what your next meditation has to assist you with, and where it's gonna
Mm.
take you next.
I know, right? Yeah, because now I'm like it's, like, so addictive listening to it because it's so soothing. Yeah, it's really and even your voice and everything, it's like, "Oh my god, you've seduced me."
I assure you I've come a long way. You should have heard my first one.
Ah,
When I first graduated, I talked probably just like this, only really, really fast because I was reading through it really, really fast, and I got a few comments back of like, "Well, could you slow down just a little bit?" I'm like, "Oh." 'Cause I was like, I didn't wanna
uh,
bore people. 'Cause it's not like I'm telling a fabulous story, you know, and you're just waiting to hear how it ends, you know, it's just
yeah.
releasing information and releasing frequencies in your body, uh, and it's been incredible. I've had some really great testimonies from clients.
Yeah, no, it's just so awesome, like, we're just so lucky to have access to
I know.
and this is just the beginning, like, Laurie and I are just, in our first few weeks or months of just playing around with, phototherapy patches, so mine's on the back of my neck, it's like tu right at the top of my where my neck connects with my tailbone not tailbone, neck connects with my spine. Tailbone. How did I get that wrong? So there's just all these and about reflecting because we're a being of light and just reflecting that light back into our body to for me like huge another thing that relates to my birth is like my sacrum is fused to my L5 and I'm like there's been a little bit of blame around
Mm.
then my mum created me like that and then I've had this like 7 years of like my back just being our 4 went and my life's just I mean, been a 74-year-old rather than a 47-year-old. It's been awful. So, yeah, so I've been 6 months taking stem cell supplements and now I'm changed to these patches and it's thanks to Laurie, for yeah, just when I shared that, she that, about trying the patches and yeah, just so in the beginning of like deep diving into copper peptides and all these things that you can get in America but we can't get here, and the patches work with copper in our bodies and how and it just last night on another one about how, copper, if we these patches, like, utilize that copper to, um, to stimulate the production of stem cells, and it's anyway, so yeah, heaps of things to be it's, like, there's so much we don't
There's more
know.
to come.
Yeah, and so we're both on this beautiful journey of, like, utilizing these ancient, like, this was, they knew this technology of using light, you know,
A long time ago.
a long time ago, and we just, like, picking it up and yeah, and it's probably in someone's records that, it just these things are all just starting to, like, um, be come back to us, and it's really special, like, we're so lucky. We're so
Well, it's
lucky to have
amazing how
these.
much your body can heal itself, you know, if given the
Exactly.
right inspiration. And because our bodies are miraculous. I mean, the fact that your heart beats without you thinking about it and, you know, digests your food and does all the things. And it, I mean, we are a walking miracle. So, yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, so cool.
We need to get those stem cells reactivated so that we'll start healing our bodies faster. Our own natural ones that are in us that are just gone to sleep as you age, but no more.
It's amazing. It's amazing, and then I'm gonna, like, Oh, I can't wait. So if it starts um making my hair not, you know, continue to go grey, so will it be like my natural colour, then the grey bit, and then the
Yeah, I did notice I was able to move my hair appointments out another week. Then normally I 5 weeks, I can go 6 weeks now, without the as much gray coming in, which is great. I
That's really
actually just
interesting.
turned 61, so I
Oh,
didn't
you
have
look
too much
amazing.
gray, but it had to be taken care of about every 5 weeks, but now it's up to every 6 weeks. And then I also, like, have these all these little hairs that are coming in, so hair growth is also a thing. So that's
Mm.
kind of interesting as well.
Yeah, no, I'm just fascinated
And
and
my husband's not
grateful.
snoring, so that's a win for both of us.
Yeah, that is huge. Oh, so cool. So
Anyway, so
cool.
yeah, it's a good time. The body is amazing and magical when given the right information. So that's what we're doing with the energetic allergy healing is that we're giving it information to go take care of itself. And the patches, we're giving it information to wake up the stem cells, to heal itself. So
So
it's pretty
cool.
neat. Hmm.
Yeah, it's cool, like, all this it's all related, eh? It's all related.
Hmm.
And yeah, coming it's the roots, you know, the root causes rather than going, I'll just that's why like with my back and with everything I've been through, I'm like, no, I don't take Panadol, I don't take, you know, the amount of people said, have a steroid injection. I'm just like, no, 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 no. Because you're gonna have that, but then you're gonna go and overdo it because your brain's not getting the pain information. I'm like, no, it's gonna I always said pain was my messenger, pain was my guide, and it got me to here. You know, yeah, I didn't find these beautiful patches and the you know until now, but I'm grateful because it's actually this divine, like the my records had this all like written out for me that I needed to get to here. I needed to be in this environment because environment is so important and a beautiful, calm,
Mm.
um, healthy, you know, a beautiful environment for that to facilitate that healing. And I think also like these releases I'm having, there's that there's so much that's starting that my body just it almost had to energetically be here. So there's all sorts of stuff, really interesting stuff, like when you go down this path of being open to that we aren't just this human flesh and bones that marches and goes to works at on a computer, does it, and then goes home. You know, like we are human. We're beings. You know that need to be in this world and be interact with nature and each other and community and so much more than we're not robots that are just here to just work and break our
Right,
bodies. You know, it's
right.
super
To
so much
enjoy
more.
the experience, and be hopefully pain free and have fun and
Yeah.
fellowship with our friends and family and yeah, everybody just helping each other. What a concept.
Oh, yay! It's a beautiful
Yay!
concept. Thank you so much, like, so special, and yeah, let's see what comes up next.
I can't wait. It's so exciting and to have new friends all over the world. Love that. I love
I
that. What
know.
a gift.
Crazy, eh?
You're a treasure to me and so I feel very grateful.
Yeah, one day we might meet. It's crazy, eh, but we just yeah, technology is just as much as it can be a curse, but if it's used right, it's such a blessing, so
It is. Indeed.
alright,
Yay.
I'll leave you to your, eve evening. It's so funny. Your evening and my day.
That is
All
funny.
right. Over and out from Curious. Hey.
Thank you.